Buddy's journey discovering wisdom and uncovering beauty in the unknown. Once upon a time, in a quiet suburban neighborhood, there lived a courageous and adventurous German shepherd named Buddy. Buddy had always been curious about the world outside his cozy home, and he yearned to explore the great unknown. So one bright, sunny morning, with a heart full of excitement, Buddy decided it was time to embark on an inspiring journey. With his tail wagging and his nose twitching, Buddy set off on an adventure that would take him far beyond the familiar streets of his neighborhood. As he roamed through picturesque meadows and lush forests, Buddy encountered a diverse group of animals, each with their own stories and life lessons to share. Buddy's first encounter was with a wise old owl named Oliver, perched on a branch high up in a mighty oak tree. Oliver taught Buddy to embrace knowledge and never stop learning. He emphasized that every experience, no matter how small or insignificant, has the potential to teach us something new. Continuing his journey, Buddy stumbled upon a vibrant and colorful butterfly named Bella. She fluttered from flower to flower, teaching Buddy the importance of cherishing the beauty that surrounds us every day. Bella reminded him to appreciate the delicate petals of a rose and the awe-inspiring patterns on a butterfly's wings. As Buddy traversed through a dense thicket, he found himself face to face with a resilient squirrel named Sam. Sam was a true champion of perseverance, always determined to overcome obstacles. He showed Buddy how to climb trees with sheer determination and taught him that setbacks are merely stepping stones to success. One crisp autumn day, while strolling along a riverbank, Buddy encountered an affable turtle named Terry. Terry symbolized patience and taught Buddy the art of waiting. He explained that good things come to those who wait, just like how a caterpillar patiently waits to transform into a dazzling butterfly. Deep in the heart of a rainforest, Buddy stumbled upon a graceful toucan named Tessa. Tessa's unique beak symbolized adaptability, as she had learned to use it to reach fruits and berries in the most challenging places. Tessa taught Buddy that adaptability is the key to survival and success in a constantly changing world. As Buddy continued his journey, he encountered a wise elephant named Ella. Ella's enormous size was a testament to the strength of unity. She taught Buddy that by working together, even the smallest of creatures can accomplish grand feats. Buddy realized that unity and teamwork are essential for achieving goals and overcoming obstacles. On a sunny beach, Buddy chanced upon a playful and friendly dolphin called Dave. Dave's agility and love for the ocean inspired Buddy to embrace his natural talents and pursue his passions wholeheartedly. Dave showed Buddy the joy of living life to the fullest and reminded him to always follow his dreams. During his travels through vast grasslands, Buddy met a tolerant and gentle zebra named Zoe. Zoe's black and white stripes symbolized the beauty of diversity. She taught Buddy that every being is unique, and it is our differences that make the world a colorful and vibrant place. In a snowy mountain range, Buddy stumbled across a patient mountain goat named Max. Max's ability to navigate treacherous terrain taught Buddy the importance of resilience. Max emphasized that life's challenges should be faced head-on and that setbacks should only fuel our determination. As Buddy reached the end of his journey, he realized that he had learned valuable life lessons from each animal he had befriended. He understood that nature is a treasure trove of wisdom, and that by venturing beyond his comfort zone, he had discovered the beauty of the world and the power of unity. With a heart filled with gratitude and a head full of memories, Buddy returned home to his suburban neighborhood. He resolved to share his adventures with his fellow four-legged friends and inspire them to embark on their own journeys of self-discovery. And so, Buddy became a beloved figure in his neighborhood as he regaled others with tales of his incredible journey and the extraordinary animals he had met along the way. And in the end, Buddy proved that by stepping out of our comfort zones and embracing the unknown, we can uncover the thrill of discovery and uncover the true beauty of the world around us.
The Enchanted Adventures of Rio, a colorful journey of friendship. Once upon a time, in a land far away, there was a vibrant and talkative parrot named Rio. Rio's feathers were a mesmerizing blend of red, blue, and yellow, making him the most colorful parrot in the entire forest of Enchantia. He was always filled with a thirst for adventure, yearning to explore the world beyond his cozy nest. One day, while soaring through the sky, Rio got caught in a strong gust of wind and found himself soaring deeper and deeper into the heart of a dense and magical forest. As he landed on a branch, Rio realized that he was lost. The forest seemed unfamiliar, filled with towering trees, shimmering lakes, and peculiar creatures he had never seen before. Perched on a branch, Rio met a mischievous squirrel named Squeaky, whose fur was as bright as the leaves of autumn. Squeaky offered to guide Rio through the mysterious forest, and they became fast friends. Together, they discovered a group of quirky forest-dwelling animals, each with their unique personalities. First, they encountered Oliver, a wise old owl with large, spectacled eyes that twinkled with wisdom. Oliver shared stories about the enchanted forest and its hidden treasures, guiding Rio and Squeaky through the labyrinth of trees. Next, they came across Poppy, a nimble rabbit who hopped gracefully through the forest, her fur a gentle mixture of cream and brown. Poppy taught Rio and Squeaky how to navigate the forest floor without making a sound, helping them evade the watchful eyes of the mischievous forest dwellers. As the days passed, Rio realized that he had found a new family in these wondrous creatures of the forest. He felt a sense of belonging and true friendship that he had never experienced before. They taught him the importance of unity, trust, and being true to oneself. One sunny morning, while exploring a hidden patch of wildflowers, they stumbled upon a secret grove. In the center of the grove stood a majestic tree, its branches adorned with shimmering crystals that sparkled like stars. They soon realized that this magical grove contained the key to returning home. Together, Rio, Squeaky, Oliver, and Poppy embarked on a quest to solve the grove's riddle. With their combined wit and charm, they deciphered the riddle, unlocking the path back to Rio's beloved forest. As Rio bid farewell to his newfound family, tears of gratitude and joy filled his eyes. He was grateful for the adventure, the lessons learned, and the everlasting friendships he had made. With a final wave of his colorful wings, Rio soared back to his cozy nest, knowing that he would never forget the magic of the forest or the special friends he had gained along the way. And so, the tale of Rio, the vibrant parrot with a thirst for adventure, spread throughout the forest. His story became one of courage, friendship, and the true meaning of belonging, reminding all the creatures of Enchantia to embrace the wonders of life and cherish the bonds they formed.
Daisy's journey of discovery from the farm to the city and back home again. Once upon a time, on a picturesque farm, there lived a cow named Daisy. Daisy was no ordinary cow. She had a heart full of curiosity, always yearning for new experiences. She longed to explore beyond the boundaries of the farm and discover the world beyond. One sunny morning, while the other animals lazily grazed in the meadow, Daisy couldn't resist the pull of adventure any longer. With a twinkle in her eyes, she set out on a whimsical journey to the bustling city nearby. As she trotted along the dusty road, Daisy marveled at the tall buildings and the noisy sounds of cars hurrying by. In the city, Daisy's big brown eyes widened with amazement as she strolled through the bustling streets. She watched as people rushed about, their faces filled with purpose. The tall skyscrapers seemed to touch the sky, and the colorful billboards dazzled her. Underneath the bright lights and the hustle and bustle, Daisy discovered the enchanting sights the city had to offer. She visited the zoo, where she met lions, elephants, and even a mischievous monkey who tickled her nose. She marveled at the towering Ferris wheel in the amusement park and laughed with joy as she went on a merry-go-round ride. Despite the excitement, Daisy couldn't help but feel a sense of longing for her quiet farm life. The sounds of honking cars and blaring sirens were a stark contrast to the peaceful rustling of leaves and the gentle mooing of her fellow cows. Daisy missed the pleasant aroma of fresh hay and the soothing warmth of the sun on her back. One evening, after a day filled with adventure, Daisy found herself sitting under a starlit sky, feeling a wave of homesickness wash over her. Looking up, she noticed a twinkle of a familiar constellation that resembled a cow. It was as if the night sky was reminding Daisy of her true home. With renewed determination, Daisy bid the city farewell and made her way back to the farm. As she trotted along the familiar countryside, a smile spread across her face. She eagerly looked forward to sharing her stories with her farm companions and embracing the tranquility of her rural home once more. When Daisy finally returned to the farm, her fellow cows gathered around, eager to hear about her adventures. As she regaled them with tales of the bustling city, Daisy realized that she didn't need to leave the farm to experience magic and wonder. The simple joys of grazing in the meadow, the companionship of her fellow cows, and the warmth of the farmer's touch were just as enchanting as any urban adventure. From that day forward, Daisy cherished her farm life, knowing that both the city and the countryside held their own unique kind of magic. And as she peacefully grazed in the meadow, she often looked up at the night sky, grateful for her journey and the heart full of curiosity that led her back to her wonderful home.
Lost in the concrete jungle, Percy's journey home. Once upon a time, in the calm and icy waters of the Antarctic, lived a little penguin named Percy. Percy was a happy and adventurous penguin, always exploring new places in his icy homeland. But one day, while chasing a school of fish, Percy got separated from his family and found himself all alone. Feeling lost and scared, Percy swam for what felt like forever until he reached unfamiliar territory. To his surprise, he found himself in the midst of towering skyscrapers and colorful lights. He had arrived in the bustling streets of New York City. The loud noises and bright lights overwhelmed Percy, but he knew he had to stay brave and find a way back home. As he waddled through the busy streets, Percy encountered a stray cat named Oliver, who was also lost. Oliver, being a street-smart cat, kindly offered to help Percy find his way home. Together, they formed an unlikely friendship and embarked on an incredible journey. Their first stop was Central Park, a lush and peaceful oasis in the middle of the city. It was there that Percy and Oliver encountered a wise old owl named Oscar, who had traveled around the world and had a wealth of knowledge. Oscar promised to guide Percy and Oliver on their quest and offered them valuable advice. With Oscar's guidance, they made their way downtown, where they bumped into a friendly squirrel named Sammy. Sammy, having a knack for gathering information, introduced them to Max, a talkative parrot who had seen many places and was familiar with various routes around the city. Max eagerly joined their mission. As they journeyed through the city, Percy, Oliver, Oscar, Sammy, and Max met a group of pigeons who promised to keep an eye out for any news of the Antarctic. The pigeons, being excellent messengers, spread the word to other birds far and wide, hoping someone could help Percy find his way home. Days turned into weeks, and their journey led them to a busy harbor. There, they encountered a crab named Clarence, who shared stories of the sea and taught them valuable lessons about resilience. Inspired by Clarence's wisdom, Percy and his newfound friends rallied together, determined to navigate the treacherous waters of the Atlantic Ocean. As they set sail on a small fishing boat, they were greeted by a pod of dolphins who promised to lead them safely across the vast ocean. With joy in their hearts, Percy and his friends embarked on a perilous yet incredible journey, battling against strong currents and fierce storms. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, Percy caught sight of a familiar icy coastline. The Antarctic lay before them. Overwhelmed with happiness, Percy bid farewell to his brave companions who had guided him through the concrete jungle of New York City. With tears in their eyes, Oscar, Oliver, Sammy, Max, and the pigeons watched as Percy reunited with his family, who had been searching desperately for him. Percy's heart overflowed with gratitude for the incredible friends he had made and the unforgettable journey they had shared. As they swam off into the distance, Percy knew that no matter how far away they were, the bond they had forged would always remain in their hearts. And as for the friends he left behind, they knew they had helped Percy find his way home. But Percy had also shown them the power of friendship and the strength to follow their own hearts.
Benny, the Bumbling Kangaroo, a legendary tale of laughter and adventure. Once upon a time, in the vast Australian outback, lived a kangaroo named Benny. Benny was not your average kangaroo. He was bumbling and comical, always getting himself into hilarious situations. His friends adored him for his ability to make them laugh, and Benny loved nothing more than bringing joy to others. One sunny day, as Benny hopped around the bush, he stumbled upon a busy port. In his usual clumsy manner, Benny accidentally hopped onto a cargo ship that was about to set sail. Oblivious to what he had done, Benny nestled himself in a comfortable corner and began to doze off. Hours passed, and Benny's dreams were interrupted by the loud sound of water splashing against the ship's hull. "Where am I?" Benny wondered, rubbing his eyes. Looking around, he realized he was no longer in the vast Australian outback, but in the middle of a vast ocean. As the ship sailed on, Benny's unexpected journey around the world had just begun. From bustling cities to tranquil islands, Benny hopped off the ship at different ports, leaving a trail of laughter behind him wherever he went. His zany antics brought joy to children and adults alike, teaching them the importance of humor and embracing life's unexpected surprises. In Paris, Benny took a tumble near the Eiffel Tower, causing a crowd of tourists to burst into laughter. In Tokyo, he hopped into a sushi restaurant, mistaking chopsticks for branches. The chef couldn't help but laugh at Benny's amusing attempts to eat. In Rio de Janeiro, Benny joined a samba parade, his kangaroo hops blending unexpectedly with the rhythm, making everyone dance merrily along. Throughout his journey, Benny encountered people of all cultures and backgrounds. He made friends with a group of musicians in New Orleans who taught him to play the saxophone, and they all played together in the streets, spreading joy through music. Benny even had the chance to perform at a comedy club in New York, where his hilarious mishaps had the audience roaring with laughter. As Benny continued his journey, he also learned valuable lessons along the way. He realized that spontaneity and embracing the unexpected brought a sense of adventure to life. Each misadventure Benny found himself in became a story worth remembering, teaching him not to take himself too seriously and to find humor in every situation. Finally, after hopping off the ship in Sydney, Benny found himself back where he started. He had come full circle, now wiser and filled with countless stories. As he wandered through the Australian outback, he couldn't help but share his adventures with his friends, leaving them in stitches with his vivid tales. From that day forward, Benny became an iconic figure in the outback. He held comedy shows where he shared his misadventures, bringing laughter and joy to everyone who attended. Benny's indomitable spirit and knack for finding humor in life's unexpected twists made him a beloved symbol of spontaneity and laughter. And so, the tale of Benny, the bumbling and comical kangaroo, became a legendary story passed down through generations, reminding everyone of the importance of laughter, spontaneity, and embracing the unexpected in life.
The Courageous Heart of Larry the Lovable Wolf. Once upon a time, in the midst of rugged mountain landscapes, there lived a lovable wolf named Larry. Larry was different from other wolves. He wasn't big and fearsome like the rest of his pack. Larry was small and had a kind heart. Larry always felt a sense of loneliness because the other wolves would tease him for being different. They would say, "Larry, you're not a real wolf. Real wolves are supposed to be strong and fierce." These words would often make Larry doubt himself and yearn to prove that he too could be brave and courageous. One day, Larry's opportunity to prove himself came when a small, helpless rabbit named Rosie stumbled upon his path. The other wolves would have chased her, but Larry couldn't bear to see someone in trouble. He decided to help the rabbit instead. Larry gently approached Rosie and offered her a paw, assuring her that he meant no harm. Rosie was hesitant at first, but Larry's kind gestures melted her fears away. Larry promised to protect Rosie and guide her safely through the treacherous terrain. Together, Larry and Rosie embarked on an exciting adventure filled with steep cliffs, roaring rivers, and dense forests. Larry's small size and agility proved to be an advantage, allowing him to navigate through difficult paths that the bigger wolves often struggled with. During their journey, Larry realized that courage didn't always have to come in a big package. His acts of kindness and bravery were just as important as the size and strength of his fellow wolves. Rosie, too, admired Larry's generous spirit and saw beyond his physical appearance. As they traveled, Larry and Rosie encountered various challenges. They encountered a treacherous landslide, which blocked their path. But Larry, with his quick thinking, found an alternate route and led Rosie to safety. They also faced a thunderstorm, and Larry used his small frame to shield Rosie from the pouring rain. News of Larry's bravery quickly spread through the animal kingdom. Animals that had once feared him now saw him as a hero. Even the larger wolves, who had mocked him, began to see the value in having a friend like Larry. Finally, after days of traveling, Larry and Rosie reached their destination, a beautiful meadow filled with wildflowers and a shimmering lake. The other wolves of Larry's pack awaited them there, eager to meet the wolf who had shown such courage and kindness. Upon meeting Larry, the other wolves were humbled by his bravery and kindness. They realized that their preconceived notions about what it meant to be a real wolf were wrong. Larry had shown them that being strong didn't just mean overpowering others, but also lending a helping hand to those in need. From that day forward, Larry was no longer an outcast. He became a respected member of his pack, and his story spread far and wide, inspiring others to be more accepting and understanding. Larry's adventure had taught him the true meaning of courage, kindness, and acceptance. He had learned that it's not our size or appearance that determines our worth, but the goodness in our hearts. And Larry's heart was filled with love, compassion, and a fierce determination to make the world a better place for all creatures, big and small.
The Forest Detective Squad, solving mysteries and building friendships. Once upon a time, in a lush forest filled with tall trees and colorful flowers, lived Charlie, an adorable little squirrel with a curiosity for everything around him. Charlie was always getting into all kinds of adventures, but his favorite activity was solving mysteries. One sunny morning, as Charlie was scampering around collecting acorns for the winter, he noticed something strange. The biggest acorn he had ever seen had gone missing from his secret stash. Usually the squirrels in the forest worked together to gather food, but this time it seemed that someone had taken the acorn without asking. Determined to find out who the culprit was, Charlie gathered his furry friends, Bella the bunny, Ricky the raccoon, and Oliver the owl. Together they formed the Forest Detective Squad, ready to crack the case of the missing acorn. They began their investigation by searching for any clues left behind. Ricky discovered paw prints near Charlie's stash. Bella found some chewed-up leaves, and Oliver spotted some feathers from a rogue feather duster nearby. Putting the puzzle pieces together, Charlie concluded that it must be a mischievous raccoon named Rudy who had taken the prized acorn. Next, the squad set out to find Rudy and confront him about the stolen acorn. After searching high and low, they finally spotted him near a giant oak tree. Rudy seemed nervous and looked guilty. Charlie approached him and asked, "Rudy, did you take my acorn?" Rudy's eyes widened with surprise. "Oh no, I didn't take your acorn, Charlie. I was just playing around with the leaves and it must have rolled away." Charlie felt bad for suspecting Rudy, and they all started to look for the acorn again, thinking it might have rolled down a hidden slope. As they were searching, they stumbled upon a secret hideaway. It was a cozy little den, filled with nuts and berries, all hidden by Rudy for the upcoming winter. Realizing that Rudy was just trying to gather food for himself, Charlie and the squad understood that they should have all worked together instead of making assumptions. They immediately apologized to Rudy and shared their own acorns with him, making sure everyone had enough to last the winter. From that day forward, the Forest Detective Squad became the Forest Friendship Squad. They roamed the forest, helping others and making sure everyone was cared for. And whenever there was a mystery to solve, they all worked together, using their unique skills to crack the case. As winter approached, the squad discovered hidden treasures, not just acorns and berries, but also the joy of friendship, trust, and collaboration. They realized that the biggest treasure wasn't always something you could hold in your paws, but rather the bonds they had formed with each other. And so, as the snowflakes gently fell, the adorable detective squirrel, Charlie, and his furry friends, Bella the bunny, Ricky the raccoon, and Oliver the owl, continued to explore the mysteries of the forest and create memories that would last a lifetime.